Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews, and this is Refuge from Narcissism. No contribution with this video, but we have another episode of When You Shake the Trees, the Borderlines Fall Out. And pretty short response, but I wanted to kind of tackle this it's a good opportunity with the channel, taking it kind of a old school direction. And, needing stories, and some people might not know the full story. It's a good opportunity here. So this is from Southern Truth Chick, and she's been around a while. God, G-A-U-D, this channel is so toxic. Talk like an adult. Write with an emoticon immediately. Talks about BPD as if it's actually like NPD. No, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse than NPD. Regardless of what real and licensed psychiatrists have to say on the matter, just listen to Ollie here, who verbally abused anything he doesn't agree with. I can't stay sub to this garbage any longer. I have BPD, of course you do, because we shook the borderline tree and you guys come sprinkling out. I have BPD from the childhood destroyed by my narcissistic mother, and I am a mother myself. As all BPDs, all borderline, all narcissism cluster B, it is learned behavior from abuse. And then I say, you make a choice, because you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. And that's where the choice comes in, why it's so toxic and evil. Because if you knew it was wrong, the behavior was wrong when it was happening to you, you sure as hell know the behavior is wrong when you're doing it yourself. That's when the choice comes in. I have BPD from the childhood destroyed by a narcissistic mother, and I am a mother myself who came here to do healing. I love my children, have a truly happy, loving marriage, and I know I am the majority of BPD sufferers. Okay. Well, if you love your children, I'm not going to say you don't, but you have this truly happy, loving marriage, then what's the BPD about? Well, where's your BPD, man? If you have this happy, loving relationship and family and all's great, as you're saying, but you have BPD, then where's the manifestation of the BPD? Oh, no, you're saying you have a happy and loving marriage, right? But what you're not going to acknowledge is your over the top hiss, and I'll get into that. Because science says we are self-aware and don't like being abusive, unlike a narc. No, science does not say that. Science says you're self-aware, yeah, but you do like being abusive because it gives you the power and control. And I've always said this as well, Southern Chick. Anybody who's giving you a diagnosis with BPD when you're actively seeking out what's wrong, you're not on the cluster B spectrum. It's not BPD. It's abuse from it. That's the difference. The true borderline, the true narcissist will never, ever, 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 ever admit they are a problem. It's weakness. It never fucking happens. It won't happen. The only time, and it's only with borderlines where somebody will admit they are a borderline. They will only do it to use it as an excuse to suck up the pity supply and use it as a weapon so they can carry on terrorizing everyone around them. It's bullshit. The true borderline, the true narcissist never admits they're the problem. Ever. They'd rather die than do so. The only one that does it is the borderline. Because that's the one that's out there, and it's boo hoo hoo, I'm a borderline, pity me. It's not my fault I'm terrorizing you. It's not my fault I'm making everything about myself through my histrionics. And if that's not what's happening, Southern Truth Chick, then what's the BPD? Then what is it? It has to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't be. Well, what are your effects then? What are your effects of having BPD if this isn't what you're doing? And if you're not doing those things, then you don't have BPD. Because listen, and I've said I've never, ever, 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 ever on this channel ever presented myself to have any type of medical degree, psychological, anything like that. Everything is opinion based on my life and my experiences. But just because somebody does, okay, have one of those degrees, I'll tell you, doesn't mean anything. I think psychologists are more full of shit than not. That doesn't mean there's not some very good psychologists and you should just write off psychology. No, that means you need to find the right psychologist, which is what I've always preached on this fucking channel. These psychologists have been going out throwing out BPD diagnosis. They don't know it. They don't know what it is. Most of them are so fascinated by somebody with NPD on the spectrum, BPD, they get sucked in it themselves. The true borderline, the true narcissist will never admit they're the problem. And the only one that does is the borderline, to suck up the pity supply, because they know it's kind of socially acceptable now to say I have BPD, which I said from the very beginning was exactly what was going to happen. Unlike the narc, I just can't, with the lack of education here on this channel, where Ali, the narc guru, here throws out his labels based on very limited scope of knowledge. It's toxic, and he's abusive himself. And I responded to her, so you just keep going on terrorizing everyone around you with your histrionics. But it's cool, though, because you're a victim. People with BPD do not suffer. The people who have the misfortune of dealing with them do. Facts. Bottom line. Because if this, what I'm saying, isn't happening in your family, then what's your BPD about? Now, if you want to talk about my lack of knowledge or my limited scope of knowledge and me not being licensed as a therapist or licensed as anything, and where I get the nerve to make these determinations, have these opinions about these personality disorders, and where does it all come from? Well, I'm glad you asked, because it just gives me another opportunity for anybody who hasn't heard it, who doesn't know, who has possibly forgotten how I got here and what raised me. And I've done this so many times, I don't even need to sit here through it anymore. I don't even need to sit here through it anymore. So I'm going to let it play. I'll let you all see who and what raised me once again. And then you can determine for yourselves whether or not I understand borderlines and what it's like.
Hello? Hello? Yes?
Now. I'm going to get something to drink.
You threaten? Oh, 1 second. Go ahead. Oh? Hello? Yeah. Now. You threaten my girlfriend. Oh, please, Matthew. Please. You threaten my girlfriend. Oh, please. The slut, the whore. Please. Listen. Listen, just Matthew, know I'm not gonna. Matthew. I'm not gonna do anything. Oh, what are you gonna do to me, Matthew? What are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to me? Threaten the whore? The whore? The whore? Do I have to say it again? She's a whore?
Listen.
I told you, if she fucking dares to talk to my granddaughter about me, she's dead. Did you hear me? She's dead. Did you hear me? She's dead.
She's dead.
I don't want her mentioning my name to Erin. Do you understand? She's a piece of shit whore. All right? I will go to the police department. I'll go any place you want me to go, Matthew. Any place you want me to go.
I just want you to stay away from
her.
I just want you
to talk about me to my granddaughter.
What did she say that wasn't true?
Loves me. I don't want her talking about me to that whore.
Well, it's not up to you. I mean, she can talk to her
Right,
about
Matthew,
whatever she wants.
What do you have to say, Matthew?
Are
you going to threaten me, Matthew?
I'm not going to threaten. I don't threaten.
Oh, no, you don't threaten. Mine's a promise. I'd like her parents' phone number, because I want to know how they raised a whore like she is.
She wants your parents' phone number, because they want to know how they raised a whore.
Hey, where is the whore? The whore! How dare she do what she did to me? You know, Matthew, I came up to you at that baseball game because I really wanted to know how you were doing. But the whore! Get my dress, Matthew? I don't have anything to do with her. She is nobody. And you know, I was good to her. I let her in my house. I was nice to her. I never was fresh with her. And you know what? You love her. Good for you. But don't you dare talk about me to my granddaughter. Because I'll knock her fucking block off. And you want to challenge me on that? I'll die, go to jail, do anything. She'll be fucking dead. So like 4 times. So what did you want to say to me?
I was going to say to you, even though you threatened her before, I wasn't going to. I thought you had some sense and knew that you went too far. I was going to tell you.
I went too far? I think she went too far. When I was at the baseball game, I wanted to know how my son was doing.
Yeah.
There was no ulterior motive. I swear that I dropped dead or Erin dies at the same time.
I'm sure.
All right?
Please don't use my daughter.
How you were doing.
Please don't use my daughter.
I didn't know at the time everything that was involved. But you know what? You couldn't speak for yourself. You let her speak.
I didn't let anybody speak. I don't want to speak to you. Why did you even show up at the game?
We go to Erin's games, Brian.
You haven't been to one.
I've been to 3 of them.
What? You've been to 3 games?
Yes,
Okay.
and you haven't been to everyone.
Because nobody tells me, but that's neither here nor there.
Schedule.
Yeah,
you know,
neither here nor
let
there.
me tell you something. I only say wonderful things about you.
I don't care, Ma. Listen.
Oh, you don't care?
I don't care.
No, you only care about things.
I don't care to listen to you because you're terrible. You're a terrible person.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. You piece of shit.
Yeah. Okay, I just want you out of my life.
I am out of your life, Matthew.
No, because you called me 15 times tonight.
I called you 15 times because that whore that you're with spoke to my granddaughter.
Because your granddaughter you said terrible came here saying all the stuff you said about her. She repeats everything.
You know what, Matthew? Don't drag her into your fucking life.
I don't drag her.
Shit that you are.
I don't drag her. All that kid's been manipulated.
I told you to leave my Nonna alone. That's what my granddaughter said.
Oh, Lord, you people.
You know, Matthew, I will be dead soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, you piece of shit. You and that scum-sucking piece of shit that you're with. So why did you call me back? I was going to call you to let you know, even though you threatened her to just leave me alone, and I'm not going to do anything about it.
Oh, you're not? You think I'm afraid of you? You think I'm fucking afraid of you? You actually think I'm afraid of you?
What
Do you?
What is it
Do
you
you?
want?
You want to answer my question? Do you actually think I'm afraid of you?
You're crazy.
You know what?
I don't. What
I've
is
been
it
afraid
you
that you
want?
don't love me, but you don't love me anyway. So what do I have to be afraid of anymore?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Because I was a no good piece of shit mother. And you keep on telling every woman you're involved with that that's what I was. That's what I was.
Everybody who meets you can see it for themselves.
Everybody. Matthew, who do you have now? No, but who do you have?
Who do I
You
have?
don't even have a fucking job, you loser. You don't even have a job. What do you have? What do you have at this point in your life?
Happiness.
37 years old. Oh, you're back with Tommy, the drug addict. Oh, well, God. What do you have?
I have my brother.
You know what? Your brother loves you too.
Don't I?
What?
Don't I?
Yes, you have your brother.
Yes, you have
Nobody
your brother.
said
You
don't.
trying to turn me against your brother? Uh-huh. I don't know nothing about borderlines.
What is this? You're
Not
gonna
a
make me
thingy
fight over your
dingy.
brother? Is that what
You're the one bringing up I have nobody. You asked me who I had. I answered the question. Don't ask me a question if you don't want an answer.
I'm very glad you have your brother.
Good.
I'm very glad.
Good.
One person.
What is it you want? Like, what is it you want?
I don't want anything from you. I don't want you to you know what, Matthew?
She's my child, not yours. Not yours, mine.
No, she went back. I know she's your child. And I only say wonderful things about you to her. Believe me.
Oh.
Believe me, Matthew. I want her to love you, Matthew.
Oh, she does.
I would. Yes, she does. And I know you're a good father. I would never, ever, ever do anything to ruin that relationship. I want you to have a good relationship with her. But when your girlfriend says things about me to her, it doesn't work. That's all I'm saying, Matthew. Never mind the name calling or anything else. It doesn't work. I tell Matt, Michael, I tell Erin, what a good baby, what a wonderful person. I'm your mommy, and he's your daddy, and he's a wonderful person. That's what I tell him. And you listen to everything your daddy tells you. He loves you very much. That's what I say. Thank you. Why would I say anything different?
Why would she say anything different?
Matthew.
All she says is wonderful things to Erin about me. Why would she say anything different?
Matthew! Everybody doesn't have an ulterior motive like you do.
I don't have an ulterior motive. I just want my life.
Your life.
I just want to move on with...
Matthew, you got no life.
I have no life. You're
You
right.
have no life. You know what, Matthew?
Yeah.
No life.
Oh, you got your
No
brother.
life.
You hated him your whole freaking life.
Now
Now you got your brother. Oh, stop talking to that fucking whore. Talk to me. Talk to
Pulling all
me.
this
I'm
borderline
talking,
stuff
Mother.
right out of my butt.
Talk to me.
I'm talking, Mother.
I would never say anything to Erin about you. Because you are my son and I still love you no matter what. I'm never going to stop loving you. You might disown me. You might want to have nothing to do with me. But you'll always be my son. I will always love you. And your father will always love you. Your father today doesn't want to speak. He wants
Good.
You know, he doesn't because he's not the sap that he tells me I am. All right?
That's tragic.
All right?
Tragic.
I'm glad you're not pressing charges against me. Because, you know, Matthew, you sit home
to the wrap
in
up
that
now.
little apartment of yours all day, and that's all you can think about is things you can do against me.
Is
When
that
I
it?
actually have a job, you know, that I actually have things that I have to do all day, and I'm busy.
Yeah. I know.
All right,
Nobody
I'm
else.
busy all day.
Nobody else there works, right?
I didn't say that, Matthew.
You said it a
I
million
didn't say
times.
that. You know, Matthew, don't be twisted. And as I said, Matthew, your wish will come true. It's not going to be around anymore. So your wish will come true. All right? So is there anything else you have to say to me?
Just leave me alone.
Nobody's bothering you. Just tell the whore not to talk to my granddaughter now. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, then don't talk to your granddaughter about her.
You know what? You know what, Matthew? She's a whore. She's a whore. Whore. And if you don't get my understanding, if you don't understand, she's a whore. Goodbye.
Bye.
Huh. Don't know. Let's go. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Back to the comments. I will wrap this up. Oh, here she is. And now she's going at it with Heather Jones. How so? I don't even know. Oh, okay. So now there's more conversation. Heather Joe, you're an idiot. Reality check. Gotcha. How so? Southern Truth check. You think that you understand borderline personality disorder. Well, she's saying that to Heather Jones. If you did, you wouldn't be talking trash. Why is that? Are you? Why is that? Is that like kind of one of those weird veiled threats? I'm powerful. Like, is that what that is? You literally just called someone who has a disorder due to narc abuse an idiot. Again, do you see how they try to use? They're like, I'm this victim. Like, this is it. This is how you know it's bullshit. It's bullshit. LOL, what does that make you? Blending NPD and BPD together is what is stupid and idiotic. There are different disorders for a reason, darling, caused by different things. Oh, jeez. But you wouldn't know that, would you? Better. You wouldn't know that, would you? Oh, by the way, congrats on proving to be someone who can't handle an opinion without calling someone out by name, like Ollie. LOL. Like, here's the borderline spiral. Cannot maintain yourself, can you? Maybe you should see someone on that. I actually really enjoy therapy. If you're really enjoying it, I would question if you're manipulating your therapist, which a lot of borderlines can. Because you'll go to therapy in order to just gain more pity points, play the therapist. Like, it's all calculation, it's all research, it's all psyop with the borderline. It is. I mean, again, like, I have no obviously I have no basis of knowing how borderlines operate. None whatsoever. None. Seems like many here need it and refuse to see it. Like a narc, I just wonder if you have ever asked yourself if you're narcissistic yourself. If not, that's a major red flag. Self-analysis is crucial to growth in life. Now you're going to see, this is the problem with having these borderlines and these narcs, you know, perusing, interacting within these forums. I'm telling you, and I knew it was going to happen. They were going to pick up on the vernacular. They were going to figure out how to use it for their own benefit to make themselves the victims. And this is right here. Right here. Like, this girl is typical. It's just, I would say probably just by the way she types and how she, you know, kind of her veiled threats, okay, and mockery. She's borderline. She's obviously borderline. Obviously. And she doesn't like being called out on her shit. Because her deal now is, I'm going to use this borderline and admit to it and go to therapy and then I'm a victim. I could still carry on and do what I do and gain even more tips and become an even better, more honed narcissistic borderline than you already were. I know nothing though. Remember, I know nothing. I knew nothing about these people. Good luck, you really seem kind. More emoticons. Very mature. Let's see how many more closet narcs come out of the woodwork to pull a clobbering just because you don't like the DSM-5 had to say on BPD. I don't really care. The DSM-5, see, this is what you're using. You're using it as a shield. You're using it as a shield to protect you so you don't have to change your own shitty behavior. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Okay, and I'm telling you, most of the psychologists that try to do this, they don't understand what they're dealing with. They don't understand you're dealing with a monster. It's the mark of the beast, okay? You're dealing with a monster there who will manipulate you no matter your medical training, your psychological training, your schooling. They are there to play you. This girl is going to therapy and playing her therapist. 100%. All right, this one's for me. I don't terrorize anyone, LOL. What are you talking about? Then what is your BPD about? Then what's the BPD? Then what is it? If everything's great and fine, then how do you have BPD? Then what's your BPD? Damn. Shit, right? Shit. I bet you're freaking out now. What are you talking about? I just told you. I have a really peaceful home. My children thrive. My daughter made the honor roll because she generally have support. Then what's the BPD? Then what is it? Get over yourself, buddy. You might have some knowledge on narcs, but you clearly don't know or understand what BPD is about. No, I understand it. I understand it. I know what you're thinking. I know what you think. I know why you think it. I know what you're gonna do, baby. I know your playbook. I know your playbook. I know your plays. I know the snap count. I know your formation. I could see you setting your formation. When you shake the trees, everybody, the borderlines fall out, and you're just proving my point. You're just proving it. And this is happening again. This is happening live. Like these additional were not there, as you can see from the front of the video, beginning of the video. They were not there. So this is as I'm filming. BPD is typically a person who takes all their pain out on themselves. Oh, is that the nonsense you're trying to push? Oh, baby girl, no, you're a monster. Everybody you interact with, and I'm going to give you a little life hack here that you may not want to accept. Deep down, everybody in your personal life who interacts with you can't stand you. They fear you. They're just waiting for you. They're just praying, walking on eggshells that your next fucking freak out isn't going to happen, where you're going to ruin the day, make it about yourself, and terrorize everyone around you. No, that's what that is fake news. That is fake news. They take all their pain out on themselves, not other people. Go do some reading, buddy. Baby girl, I don't have to do reading. I lived it. I lived it. All the reading in the world is not going to make up for 48 years of life experience. Is not going to make up for that voice that you heard for 11 and a half minutes in the middle of this recording. You'd love people who don't understand to read that and be convinced of it. No. I know better. You're just like every other toxic borderline Southern Truth chick. You're not tricking anybody who really knows. I see through it. I see you, and that's why you're freaking out here, because you know I see you for who you are. I know your scam. I know your playbook. I see the formation. I know the snap count. I can see you running it. When I shake the borderline, when I shake the tree, guaranteed every time, there's going to be borderlines falling out every time. Wow. What a People with BPD do not suffer. Wow, what a piece of excrement you are. LOL, but you suffer. But you suffer, do you? Get over it. Laughing. LOL, but you suffer. Yeah. We all suffer. We all suffer. Anybody who has to deal with you, Southern Truth Chick, suffers because of your fucked up toxic behavior. You're not a victim. You're a monster. You're a monster. And you know it. You know what you're doing here. You know you're just thinking, what can I say to turn the tide in my favor? The people on my channel, the majority of them, have dealt with you throughout their life. They see you for what you are as well. You know nothing about my personal circumstances, the types of abuse I endured growing up, etc. You treat people like garbage online. I really don't. Until you attack me, I'm really not. And look, disagreeing with me is fine. I don't care if you disagree with me, if you have a differing opinion. I don't care. It's when you attack me, you call me a fraud or a grifter, or what are my qualifications, and you come at me. But when you come at me with this borderline personality victims nonsense, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to come back at that because I know how toxic this is. You heard the recording. You can't deny the recording. You tell people they don't suffer. I'm telling you don't suffer. I tell borderlines they don't suffer. Not the majority of people on my channel. I do not. But I'm sure you feel you do. That's all. That's all I need to know to realize I shouldn't even be acknowledging you. Poor baby. See? The language is very telling. And believe me, I use that language for a reason, okay? Because I know why you think I'm calling you baby girl, because I know where you're coming from. I know your playbook. I know what you're thinking, Southern Chick. I know it. And I know that's going to fucking drive you insane. It's going to make you nuts. But you're going to have to accept that. You're going to have to. I know what you are. At least I thought therapy and got answers. You sought therapy for the wrong reasons. You sought therapy so you can turn this disorder and use it to your greater advantage. At least I take responsibility for myself and don't talk to people like you do. Have fun with that. I am sure anyone who disagrees with you is a narc. No, never said that. Never said that. I only call people a narc or point out what I think what their disorder is when they force me to do it. Okay? It's not for just disagreeing with me. I don't expect you to agree with me on everything I say. But no, the problem is, okay, you prove yourself a narc when you can't disagree with me without calling me names. Without trying to make me look like I'm a fraud or I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. That's when I come back, because I got something to protect. It's this entire channel that gets off on being insanely verbally abusive. You all have some work to do on yourselves if you think it's okay to be verbally abusive and validate and shame people who have suffered from the same abuse or worse. It's disgusting, and excrement is the only word coming to mind. Now I'm truly done engaging with toxic people here. Seek therapy. You need it more than I do. Well, you're entitled to your opinion there, Southern Truth Chick. Okay? You truly are. Just know, I know your playbook. I know what you think. I know why you're thinking it. Okay? You are not a victim. And again, life hack for you. And you can take this, and you can take this to heart, and you could take it to the bank, or you could take it wherever you want to take it. Everyone in your life can't stand you. They can't stand you. They'll sit there, they'll lie, because they don't want to deal with that monster coming out. Because if it's not a monster coming out, like, what's the BPD? If everything's great and wonderful, what's the BPD? This internalized pain? Are you threatening to kill yourself? Is that it? You're locking yourself in the room, you're not talking? It's the same means of terrorism. Whether you're doing it covertly through suicide attempts or unhappiness or just freaking out, it's the same eggshells you're walking on. Nobody in your life wants to really deal with you. Why? Because you won't give up on this behavior. You're not a victim anymore. You might have been when you were raised. You're not now. You're not. There is no reason to act the way you do. Yet you choose to do so, and you went to therapy to only validate the reasons why you act the way you do. So you can continue carrying them on and then say, oh, I'm a victim and you're a piece of excrement if you try to call me out on any of my shitty fucking behavior. Bullshit. Bullshit. But again, what do I know about borderlines? So, didn't want to go on this long, wasn't expecting more comments. I'm not even going to refresh anymore because it would just be piling on at this point even if she did comment more. She all saw it happen in real time. It's not the first time that that's happened either. So thank you to everybody who's watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, or you'd just like to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away, since I am completely demonetized by Google and YouTube. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care, everybody.